Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Electrical Hub. Here we are going to discuss about insulation class and ingress protection. I hope most of us know about the insulation class and the ingress protection. But in nowadays the insulation class of the motor is mentioned as F by B. So, we will discuss why it is mentioned as F by B, and also we will discuss about the optional protection in the Ingress protection, which is mentioned by the letter F or S, etc. Now let us start our discussion with the insulation class of the motor. The insulation class is the thermal classification of the system. It means that beyond that temperature, the quality of the insulation will start degrading. So, what is the temperature beyond which the insulation class will start degrading? What is the limitations given by the manufacturer? And finally, we will discuss what is the effect on the life of the motor. So, first, let us come to know what will happen if the quality of the insulation will degrade with the rise of temperature. So, for every 10 degrees centigrade rise in the temperature, quality, sorry, the life of the motor will reduce by half. First, we should know that why the heat is generated. When the current flows through a wire, such as windings in a motor, the resistance of the winding or the motor and also the other losses caused to the generation of heat. But the temperature rise doesn't mean that the insulation will fail as soon as the temperature will rise. It depends upon the time of the operation, and it is also a catastrophic process, means it will degrade the lifetime of the motor. It will reduce the life of the motor by half for every 10 degrees centigrade rise in temperature beyond the limitation. But as we know that for every 10 degrees centigrade rise in temperature, the life of the motor reduces by half. So, for example, there is a mentioned temperature of operation is 90 degree. Now we we assume that the life of the motor is 10,000 hours. So what will happen? If the motor will start operating at 100-degree temperature, the life of the motor will be 5,000 hours. If it is going beyond 100, that is 110, the life became 2,500 hours. So the degradation is very sharp. So if the rise of the temperature goes to that point where the insulation cannot bear the rise, it will damage and a short circuit will definitely occur. Nowadays, the motor manufacturer have started mentioning the insulation class as F by B. What does it mean? It means that the insulation class of the motor is F, but to operate it in a healthy condition, it should not go beyond the temperature B. We will discuss what is the F and what is B. So, so if it is mentioned that Y means 90, A means 105, similarly F is 155, B is 130. So if the insulation class is F by B means the insulation can sustain up to 155 degrees centigrade, but for the better life of the motor, it should be operated at 130 or below that. I hope you have understood about the insulation protection of the motor and why it is mentioned F by P. Now we will discuss about the ingress protection. But before that, I'd like to request you that if you have any confusion regarding the insulation protection, you can comment in the comment box. I will be highly obliged to answer your question. And if you have liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe. So, what is ingress protection? Ingress protection is an international standard to identify the quality of the protection mechanically of any equipment. So, it is measured by two numbers. One is the first digit. For example, as you see in the drawing, is 5. 5 is for dust protection. 5 means first. First digit is for the dust protection. Second digit, which is 6, is for the water protection. F is for optional protection. So we will discuss what are the categories in the 5 and what are the categories in 6 and also in F. F is not always mentioned because it is for the special protection. We will discuss that too. So, for a short note, for example, it is mentioned IP55H means IP is for ingress protection. 5, first digit is protection from solid. Second is the protection from the liquid. And third letter is optional for special protection. So now we know that first digit is the protection from ingress of any solid foreign particles, which can be hazardous to the equipment. It is categorized from 0 to 6. So, 6 means it is completely sealed mechanically so that not even a minute dust particle can enter into the equipment. What is 5? 5 is also the protection from the dust particles, but here the fine dust may enter into the electrical equipment or any equipment. 4 is the protection against the object from 1 mm to 0.039 inches only, because smaller than that will not be protected. Similarly, for the number 3, it can protect only from 2.5 mm to 0.98 inches. Smaller than that, it cannot, sorry, 0.098 inches. So, smaller than that, it cannot protect. And for 2, it is protection against the object from 12.5 mm to 0.49 inches. If it is mentioned as the 1, IP1 means it is only protecting against the larger object, that is 50 mm to 2 inches. Smaller than that, it cannot protect. And if it is mentioned as IP0, it means there is no protection against the ingress of objects. Second digit, which is mentioned here as a 6, is also categorized in 10 parts, 0 to 9. It is the protection against the ingress of water to any hazardous part. 9 is for completely sealed, means even with the high pressure jet at a high temperature, it will not allow the water to get inside the equipment. 8, if immersed up to 3 meter, will have no effect for longer duration. 7 is also if any equipment is immersed into the water for 30 minutes, then it will have no effect. 6 is water from the powerful water jets at 1000 liters per minute with 30 kilopascal pressure from a distance of 3 meters will have no effect. See, sometimes we are using the submersible motor, sometimes we are using lights or any other equipment inside the swimming pool. So, how it will be designed? It will be completely sealed with the wall. It will be completely sealed so that no water can get inside the motor or the lights. So, for that, it will be 9 or 8 depending upon the requirement, or 8 also. It is also good. Similarly, 5 is if the water is spread from the water jets at 12.5 liters per minute with 30 kilopascal pressure from 3 meter. 4. If water is splashed from any direction will have no effect. Similarly, 3 is for 0.07 liters per minute at 60-degree angle. 2. Because why angle is mentioned? Because there is a chance of water get inserted into the equipment if it is spread in certain angle. 2. If water equivalent to 3 mm rain per minute is an angle of 15 degree. 1 is if 1 mm of water at rotating equipment of 1 revolution per minute will have no effect on it. 0 means there is no protection. Now we will discuss about the optional protection. The optional protection is not mentioned on every equipment. For example, if you are operating a motor in a shed where there is no traces of water, or if certain water can come at certain time, then you don't need IP 59 or 69. So generally in the plant IP 55 or IP 56 is preferred. Now, about the optional protection, it is only for the special cause. For example, F is for while resistant, H is the protection of high voltage apparatus, S stationary during water test, W depending upon the weather condition. For example, if there is very high snow or have very high fog or very high rainy areas, depending upon that. M is the motion during water test. I hope you have understood what is the installation class and Ingress protection. If you have liked the video, please like it, share it, and subscribe it. Thank you for supporting. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.